9 meters, 2 tons, teeth like curved blades. Nothing in the Jurassic can stand against it. But every weapon forces a better shield, and this arms race runs for 160 million years, until a lot goes missing. Only the ones with feathers survive it, and they are outside your window right now. The forest has gone quiet. A moment ago, the canopy was alive with the calls of small pterosaurs and the rustling of insects in the undergrowth. Now, nothing. Even the wind seems to have stopped. The sauropod herd that was feeding along the river has moved closer together, the adults forming a wall of flesh around the younger animals. Something has changed in the air, something every animal in this forest can feel, but I cannot. Then I hear it, a low vibration in the ground. Not the heavy rhythmic thud of a sauropod walking. This is different, faster, lighter, more purposeful. Something is running toward us through the trees. It breaks through the tree line 40 meters to my left, and everything in me wants to run. Allosaurus. 9 meters long from snout to tail, 1.5 meters tall at the hip. A skull almost 1 meter long, lined with curved serrated teeth, each one the length of my finger. It moves on 2 powerful hind legs with a stride that covers 3 meters with every step. The small arms are not useless. They end in 3 curved claws designed for gripping and tearing flesh once the jaws have done their work. This is not the clumsy, lumbering predator that movies have taught you to imagine. It is fast, terrifyingly fast. Built like a sprinter with hollow bones and powerful leg muscles that can accelerate this 2-ton animal to speeds that no prey can match over short distances. The tail extends behind like a rigid counterbalance, keeping the body perfectly horizontal as it runs. The eyes face forward, providing binocular vision, depth perception, the ability to judge distance to a fleeing target with lethal accuracy. It is not hunting the sauropods, not today. An adult Brachiosaurus outweighs this predator by 30 to 1. Even Allosaurus has limits. Instead, it is targeting something smaller. A young Camptosaurus, a mid-sized herbivore about 4 meters long, has wandered too far from the safety of the dense forest edge. It is in the open, and Allosaurus has seen it. The chase is shockingly fast. The Camptosaurus bolts the instant it senses the predator, breaking into a desperate sprint on its 2 hind legs, its stiff tail bouncing behind it. But the Allosaurus is faster. It closes the distance in seconds, each massive stride eating the gap between them. The herbivore tries to turn sharply, but its momentum carries it wide. The predator cuts the corner and lunges. The jaws close on the Camptosaurus with a sound I will never forget. Not a clean bite. Allosaurus does not bite like a crocodile with crushing force. It uses its upper jaw like a hatchet, slamming the curved teeth downward into the flesh, and then pulling back, tearing open long, deep wounds. The skull is built for this specific motion, reinforced along the top to absorb the impact of these slashing strikes. It hits and tears, opening the prey with surgical brutality until blood loss does the rest. The forest remains silent as the predator feeds. Nothing approaches. Nothing challenges it. In the hierarchy of the Jurassic, there is no appeal above Allosaurus. But Allosaurus is a product of its time, the Jurassic predator for a Jurassic world. As I walk forward through the compressed millions of years that separate the Jurassic from the Cretaceous, the world changes around me, and the predators change with it. The Cretaceous period begins approximately 145 million years ago, and it will last for nearly 80 million years, the longest single period in the age of dinosaurs. The continents are still drifting apart. Pangaea is a memory now, the land masses separating into recognizable shapes. South America pulls away from Africa. India breaks free and begins its long, slow journey northward. The Atlantic Ocean is widening year by year, and on each separating continent, evolution takes its own path. The plants change first. Flowering plants, angiosperms, appear for the first time and spread with explosive speed. They reproduce faster than conifers. They grow in a wider range of conditions. They form relationships with insects, trading nectar for pollination, creating partnerships that accelerate both plant and insect diversity. Within a few million years, the forests transform. The dark conifer woodlands of the Jurassic give way to brighter, more varied forests, filled with flowering trees and shrubs and ground cover that would look almost familiar to modern eyes. And the herbivores change to match the new food sources. New groups appear that can process the tougher, more varied vegetation. Hadrosaurs, the duck-billed dinosaurs, develop batteries of hundreds of closely packed teeth that wear down and are continuously replaced. Grinding mills for processing tough plant matter. Ceratopsians, the horned dinosaurs, evolved powerful beaked mouths backed by shearing teeth designed for cutting through woody stems and branches. And where herbivores diversify, predators follow, always. The arms race that began in the Cambrian Ocean 500 million years ago continues here on land, at a scale that makes the Cambrian look like a schoolyard disagreement. I am standing in what will one day be Western North America, 68 million years ago. The landscape is a vast coastal floodplain, bordered by a shallow inland sea that splits the continent in half. Rivers wind through dense forests of flowering trees, magnolias, laurels, sycamores. The air is warm and humid, and in this forest, the most famous predator in the history of life is hunting. I hear the footsteps first, not the rapid sprint of an Allosaurus. These are slower, heavier, each one a seismic event that I feel in my chest before I hear it with my ears. The ground shakes with a deep, resonant boom every 2 seconds. Trees vibrate. Leaves fall from the canopy with each impact. Whatever is making these footsteps weighs more than anything that has ever hunted on 2 legs. Tyrannosaurus rex emerges from the forest edge, and I understand immediately why this animal has haunted human imagination since its bones were first assembled. 13 meters long, 5 meters tall at the hip. The skull alone is 1.5 meters of solid bone and muscle and teeth. And the teeth. Not the slashing curved blades of Allosaurus. These are different. Thick, conical, built not for slicing, but for crushing. Each tooth is the size of a banana, and the bite force behind them is the strongest of any land animal that has ever lived. Estimated at over 50,000 newtons, enough to crush bone, enough to bite through a car. The arms are small, almost absurdly small compared to the rest of the body. 2 short limbs with 2 clawed fingers each, tucked against the chest. They look like an afterthought, a design flaw, but they are not weak. Muscle analysis shows they could each lift over 200 kilograms. They are simply no longer needed for hunting, because the jaws do everything. I watch it move through the forest, and I understand something about predatory design that no museum skeleton can communicate. This animal does not chase its prey over long distances. It does not need to. It walks, steadily, patiently, following scent trails with a brain that dedicates more volume to processing smell than almost any other function. The olfactory bulbs are enormous. It can smell prey from kilometers away, track it through dense forest, and approach with a patience that belies its terrifying appearance. And when it is close enough, it does not run, it ambushes. One explosive burst of acceleration from those massive hind legs, covering the final 20 meters in seconds. The prey has no time to react. The jaws close with a bite that can sever a limb or crush a spine in a single motion. There is no second bite needed. There is no struggle. Just physics applied through biology with absolute devastating efficiency. But Tyrannosaurus does not hunt in a vacuum. Its prey has had millions of years to evolve defenses against predators exactly like it. And those defenses are extraordinary. I find a Triceratops feeding in a clearing near the forest edge. It is 9 meters long and weighs 8 tons. A massive bony frill extends backward from the skull, protecting the neck, the most vulnerable target for a predator attacking from behind. 2 long forward-pointing horns, each 1 meter long, project above the eyes. A shorter horn sits on the nose. The animal's head is essentially a shield with weapons attached. When threatened, Triceratops turns to face the predator head-on, presenting a wall of bone and horn that even Tyrannosaurus must respect. Nearby, an Ankylosaurus grazes with his head low to the ground. It is the most heavily armored animal that has ever lived. Its entire back is covered in thick bony plates called osteoderms, embedded directly in the skin, creating a living suit of armor that no tooth can penetrate. Along its sides, bony spikes project outward, deterring any attack from the flank. And at the end of its tail, a massive bony club, a solid sphere of fused bone weighing over 40 kilograms, capable of swinging with enough force to shatter the leg bones of any predator foolish enough to approach from behind. Every weapon inspires a counter-weapon. Every shield demands a bigger hammer. The Cretaceous is an arms race running at full speed with no finish line. Each generation of predator and prey pushing the other toward more extreme designs. And then there are the hunters who win, not through power, but through intelligence and cooperation. I follow a pack of Deinonychus through a Cretaceous forest. Each one is about 3 meters long, lightly built, with a large curved killing claw on each foot that can be raised off the ground when running and snapped downward into prey with devastating force. They are fast, agile, covered in a coat of feathers that insulates their warm-blooded bodies. They hunt together, not as a mindless swarm, but with apparent coordination. Some drive the prey toward a chosen kill zone, while others wait in position. They communicate with calls, short, sharp barks that carry through the forest. Their brains are large relative to their body size, the ratio approaching that of modern birds. These are not stupid animals. These are problem solvers, social hunters, the most sophisticated predatory minds the dinosaur world has produced. And they are covered in feathers, every one of them. Not flight feathers, not yet, but a dense coat of filamentous down that covers the body and longer display feathers on the arms and tail. They look less like the scaly monsters of popular imagination and more like large, terrifying birds, which is exactly what they are about to become. I am walking forward into the age of feathers.